I am Walter Hooper, owner of WA Hooper Marketing, as you can see, and this is episode 11 of Marketing Minds Meet, and I'm here today with Grace Buffa, and Grace here is a life coach and a motivational speaker, and I am thrilled to have her on today's show. We're going to talk about some interesting things. And the angle is Marketing Minds Meet. So the spin is, what is it about Grace that makes her stand out from other life coaches and motivational speakers? So Grace, thank you so much for being here today. Welcome to the Knot in Grosse Pointe Park. I know you say you don't really venture out to the east side, or we call it the bubble. So why don't you go ahead and tell everyone about yourself and your journey?
Thank you so much, Walter, for having me here today. I'm excited, and it's good to be here. The journey and myself, it's been over the course of the past 20 years for sure. I started off as a physical therapist, a licensed physical therapist working out at Beaumont, and from that point, my husband and I decided to have children, and I decided to be a stay-at-home mom. And that transition was a little bit hard for me, as much as we planned on doing that. And I was super blessed to have that opportunity to do that. It brought me from being around a lot of people to being around not so many people. So that kind of put me into a little bit of a depression, a tailspin, and I had to figure out that this is not me. I need to do something about this. And that's when I found yoga. And yoga really started to fulfill me in ways that I didn't realize that I even needed to be fulfilled. And so I started teaching yoga at that time, which has now been about 14 years ago. And that's been very fulfilling. Through that journey, I realized that there's a lot that the body actually requires us to, be and do and have to it. And throughout raising children and dealing with stress and dealing with health elements, I did a lot of researching and digging, and that really spiraled me to understand what is it that makes us a whole human being, that makes us healthy, have a healthy lifestyle. And it's not only what you eat, it's what you think and how you feel and, how you move your body. And so these are these realizations I've had over this, big span of time. And so it became my passion to really dig deep for truth. And then people started asking me, what is it that you do? How can I do that? What do you eat? How do you move? And so I started consulting people, and I thought, I should get paid for doing this because I really loved it. And I really figured out that not only yoga was my passion, but health and wellness was a passion of mine as well. So I became a certified health and wellness coach, and now I'm getting paid for doing it.
That is awesome. And I think one of the things that stood out for me regarding you and what you do is you have this, I call it this energy, you have this vibe that you give off is good. You just have a very positive, good energy. I know it sounds a little tacky, but it's my show. I can do what I want. But honestly, that was my initial gut reaction when I first met you, and we met because of Mr. Keith Stonehouse and the Michigan Real Estate Masterminds group, and you presented at they're no longer there, but over at a place in the east side, on this side of town.
Yes.
And you're just a very, very genuine and humble and very positive.
Oh, thank you.
And one of the things I think, again, to go off of what I was saying about you and what makes you stand out is not only do you have this fantastic, wonderful energy, you have this curiosity of how the body functions, like with yoga, and how does that, in a scientific realm, how is that going to help your clients and their overall health and wellness? And you really, really look at it from an analytical scientific point of view, and I don't really hear a lot of life coaches, health and wellness coaches do that. They're like, it's just so good for you and it just makes you feel so good, and they don't really give any depth to it. It's all like, I don't know, it's very chakra feels, which, hey, if that's what you're into, no judgment here, but I'm just gonna say from a dude that's a little bit of a realist, I'm not buying it. So that's why I would go to someone like yourself, and you're able to give a much, not only do you tell and explain, not only do you advocate for it, but now you're able to relay and give off clear, concise, analytical research, and not only from what you've read, but also from what you've experienced.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thank you so much for saying that. I'm not sure how much that conveys out to people, so I appreciate you observing that. I felt like from becoming a yoga teacher and the stigma that comes with that I had to always prove myself and prove why you're doing what you're doing and why I'm teaching it to you that way, and what is it affecting in your body and how it does affect you and why you feel good after. So I love science, so I'm kind of a science geek like that, and so
I could tell.
I love to know, what is going on in the body, what happens when you breathe in and you relax, what brain chemicals are being released, what foods that you eat in your body that are medicine, how do they react into the cells, and why does that make you feel better as opposed to eating a processed piece of food or whatever that is, because people don't want to be told what to do. And so I can't really tell. I mean, I can share the knowledge and they can make their own assumptions and try their own experiments, but it's to understand what makes people also tick and think and want to make those changes in their own life.
Yes, absolutely. And again, you just showcased your as the old saying goes, curiosity kills the cat. No, in this case, curiosity strengthens the cat. It makes the cat more healthy and more aware. So one of the things that I wanted to kind of dive into a little bit is, again, this is Marketing Minds Meet. So when you started and when you market yourself, what have been your biggest success routes? Has it been through social media? Has it been through the old school paper marketing, or is it a combination of everything? Is it word of mouth? What has been your biggest marketing success since you've started doing this?
I would say social media has been pretty big. It's been when you are able to hit the pain points of people and you're relatable, I can understand what a lot of maybe women are going through if they're raising children and trying to balance a business or their career. So you hit those pain points, and then you show, a lot of times I show, what I've been through and then how I managed to get through that, because I do little lessons every day, Monday through Friday, or different tips. So I try to integrate, all the different facets of my business in those 5 days. And then maybe on Saturday I do something personal and share part of my life in there. So it makes me like I am a real person. I do have a life outside of my work. So I feel like a lot of that is why people are relatable, can relate to me, and then they reach out that way.
Yes, and I truly believe, doing what I do, the more relatable you are, then individuals, soon-to-be clients, prospective clients, are going to want to go with you because they sense that they can trust you.
Yes.
And trust is so crucial, and especially in doing what you do, because you're essentially talking about some personal things regarding people's health.
Yeah.
And a lot for a lot of people, it's sacred. It's very, dare I even say, it can be a little intimate for them, because it's such a, it's something that maybe has been weighing on their mind. or, you know, something that's been either burdening them.
Yes.
And so when they see someone like yourself that is able to, you know, not talk at them, but talk with them,
Yes.
have a conversation with them,
Exactly.
not being, you know, not berating them, not whittling them down, like building them up. And I sense that, and I think that is so crucial and so important. So props to you for doing that. You know, but anyway, but to even go off of that as well, when you talk about yoga, you talk about all that, do you ever look into doing like online courses, or you mentioned social media, doing little brief, like weekly, maybe like 5-minute, you know, stretching, you know, basic stretching exercises or basic yoga things that can be very accessible to either the most seasoned of pros to the most beginner of beginners? Is that something you've tossed around, or you've done in the past, or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm right now wanting to work on and starting to work on, because I feel like there's a need as I help people really with the work-life integration balance there. A lot of people are sitting down at home doing their jobs or at a desk somewhere. So it's like, how can you integrate a little bit of movement in there? When you move the energy, you're moving, you find clarity in the brain. If you're sitting too long, the energy gets so stagnant because you're just sitting, and then you start to get tired and your eyes, it's like you're tired staring at a screen. So I thought, what a great way to kind of change that up if you're doing something at the desk. So a lot of people don't think about exercising or standing up and doing stuff just at your desk. You don't have to go outside and take a walk, which would be good if you could take a 5-minute walk. But if you have just a few minutes to stand up and stretch and maybe do a couple push-ups at your desk or march or something, I mean, you got to work with what you have, and at least it's something.
Yeah, I think that would be super beneficial, and I think that would be so helpful for those that, because for a lot of people, exercise is just, I got to exercise.
Yeah.
Like, people like us, we look at exercise as, yes, let's do this. But I feel like we were almost primed into that from an early stage of our life.
Right.
So to be able to motivate and to be able to bring your clients' motivation up and to get them geeked and amped to do that, that's a gift in and of itself.
Yeah.
So let's rewind the clock a little bit. March 2020, the world got locked down, and it rocked a lot of everyone's world changed.
Yeah.
What did it do for you and your in your business? Did you have to put things on hold, or did you see it as an opportunity to reach out to your clients and help motivate them even more during that really weird time?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because at that time, I literally was taking off. I had just honestly started a year before that, about a year before that. And so the business was really taking off, and I had a lot of people on queue to come on board. So when that hit, everything kind of came to a standstill. Nobody wanted to do anything anymore. And, then it hits of the hit, it hit me. It hit me in a way where it's like, okay, how can I pivot from here? And so I thought, what is it that people really need? And I created a Facebook page called Fear to Calm. And so this is a place where people came to, and I was able to talk to them in a way where give them tips to relax their anxiety. What things can you do? What can you eat to feel good about yourself and calm? And because we were like, a lot of people were gaining weight. A lot of people are, drinking alcohol. So that started off my Fear to Calm group. And then from that point, I created I think it was a 5-week program, and it was breathe. It was called Breathe to Heal. It was, it wasn't Breathe to Heal. It was a group that I taught that incorporated I brought fear to calm to life, put it that way. So it was yoga, breathing, how to, relax the anxiety. Maybe if people were dealing with a little depression at that point. And so I integrated the breath with movement. It's almost like a yoga and a Tai Chi movements together. Those together help the body calm down. So people weren't sleeping right. So it was a program where I integrated nutrition, stress management, and sleep to help people get through that. So yeah, that was really a great program.
Yeah, and especially during that time, as you said, there was people there was so much that they were dealing with mentally and even physically. And so for people to have that outlet, to have you be there for them, that I am almost certain that meant so much. Yeah. And that it not only meant a lot for them, but it also maybe kept you motivated and kept you, on top of things and keeping focus on the bigger picture and not trying to get scared or get all anxious, because it was a weird time.
It was.
So now we are in present day, and I am sure you have heard of Web 3.0.
I don't know.
Okay, so I know you're giving me this look of like, what is that? So Web 3.0 is also correlated with the metaverse. So virtual reality.
Okay.
So we're looking at a movement here that is happening right in front of our eyes, where you are going to see individuals socialize digitally, but now in Web 3.0. What does that mean? That means there is, you have ways of virtually hanging out and socializing with people. And so for you, I see it to be an opportunity where maybe you offer motivational courses, and people wouldn't literally, all they'd have to do is throw on a set of goggles or glasses and, go right into this virtual reality, and you're there with everybody, but you're now interacting with people in a way that we haven't. The closest thing we've been able to get to that is really through video games.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people equate it to like The Sims or Minecraft. Yeah. Those are really the big ones, because you're basically looking at, there's an open forum, an open world where people can congregate. They can socialize and do things with, and hang out. Yeah. So could you see yourself immersing yourself in that and offering different courses or offering speaking seminars through Web 3.0 and virtual reality / the metaverse?
Wow, that is
a heavy question, isn't it?
That is. Well, yeah, gosh. I mean, first I'd really have to do a lot of, just get really familiar with it. But my son does have the whole, virtual reality game, and he's
got the Oculus goggles.
Oculus, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, and he does talk to other players in there. So that just was like, wow, for you to say that would be another great avenue for us to be together on, who knows, somewhere in California doing these seminars and impacting those people in a way that if I couldn't get on a plane to physically be there, that would be great. That's great. That's very interesting.
Cutting edge stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, and I ask that question to people that I have on the program, because it's one of those things where it's going to be an adapt or die situation. change is inevitable.
Yeah.
I think you of all people, and especially doing what you do, change is ever present. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are very, very polarized about this. You have the people like myself that are like, hey, it's here, and we need to, as professionals, we need to look into this, and really learn about it and become immersed with it. Does it have its faults? Of course, like anything it does.
Right.
But I would rather know and do trial and error than be too late and be like, crap, I wish I could have gotten on this sooner. So I think for you, I think it would be phenomenal to have that.
Yeah.
That's a whole new world.
Yeah. Thank you for the heads up on that, because I'm going to start digging and getting some research going. And why not be ahead of the curve, right?
Always be ahead of the curve. Well, we're going to go now on Facebook Live.
Okay.
Look at you. You look so excited. Get pumped, get geeked.
Let's do this.
How's it going, everybody? I am Walter Hooper, W.A. Hooper Marketing, and I am here today with Grace Buffa. And Grace and I have been having a wonderful conversation on episode 11 of Marketing Minds Meet. And so now I want to steer it into a little bit more of a fun direction. And this is a little bit of a get to know you. So Grace, when you are not motivating people, coaching people, helping them with their health and wellness needs, what are some of your favorite hobbies or activities that you enjoy in your downtime?
My favorite things are definitely, doing some hikes in the woods with my family. I love going to the beach. That's like my all-time, favorite. I love biking. Obviously doing yoga feels really good. Love, deep conversations with my girlfriends. And just spending time with my family for sure. The time is very precious. My kids, they grow up so fast, if you have, if anybody out there has kids, they know, so I try to be in the moment and be present with them as much as I can.
That's a great answer. I like that. It's very wholesome. I like it. And for those that don't know about Grace, why don't you tell the viewers here that are watching now and watching after the fact about what you do, what you offer for individuals, all that stuff. I want them to hear it all.
Okay. So I am a certified health and wellness coach. I own Life Journey Coaching, and I offer one-on-one coaching, group coaching. I really specialize in helping people with work-life balance, work-life integration. As there is much more to life than work, and as times are the way the times are right now, that a lot of people just are working a lot and they feel like they don't have any other options and they don't know how to balance other areas of their life. But then, that stress ends up building and wearing on them. And after so long, our bodies break down. So I really like to help people understand all the other facets of their life and how they can really have it all. We think we can't, but we can.
Yes. And is there a success story you have regarding a client of yours that stands out to you the most, that you're proud of and that you were able to help somebody with?
Yeah. This person came to me and she never thought that I could do. She's like, there's no way you're going to help me. And she was very reluctant to come to me anyways. But she was really stressed out to the max and she was not happy with a lot of aspects of her life. And so and she came to me for weight loss as well. And once a lot of people do come to wait for weight loss. And But they realize that it's more than just the weight loss. Once you end up balancing out your life, the weight naturally comes off. And so as I was helping her with these different facets, she would text me and she'd be calling me in tears. She could not believe the changes with just the little, small steps that I was giving her throughout a 3-month period of time, how much change she felt. And the change didn't stop from there. I had her on a maintenance program, and then I hadn't talked to her for a while, and then I rekindled with her, and she had this outfit in her mind that she wanted to wear that she hadn't wore in years, and she was on vacation. She goes, "Guess what? I wore my outfit." And I think we both cried at that point, because she never in a million years thought she'd ever put that back on. And not only did she fit into her outfit, because that's like just the minimal like detail, but she was finding a way to feel balanced and happy with herself again.
Wow. Look at you helping people glow up in their life. You hear that? That's what I'm talking about. That's the stuff I like to hear. And that is, I think, what makes, not what I think, I know what makes someone like yourself so crucial and necessary for people to call upon for those health and wellness needs, because you are an individual. I said this at the beginning. You're an individual that really not only cares and is very uplifting, positive, happy, and just very genuine and warm, but you have so much knowledge and insight and research through not only just reading up on these things, but also dealing and having personal experiences with these. So you're not just the everyday health and wellness person that, like I said in the beginning, is like, it's just all about just feeling good and just good vibes. Like, no, like you back that up with analytical data and research, and
right.
that is huge. So if people want to contact you or get a hold of you to ask about health and wellness and all that fun stuff, how can they get a hold of you? Do you have a phone number, email, social media, anything you got? Plug it away.
Okay, yes, I do. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. I believe the handle is at Grace Buffa Speaks, and or Life Journey Coaching. My email address is gracelifejourney@yahoo.com. My phone number is 586-246-1123. They can also find me on Amazon, as I did write a book. It's
really now.
Yep. It's called Losing Weight is a Spiritual Journey. Stop Chronic Dieting with 5 Steps to Love Your Body, Love Your Life. And you can find that on Amazon, and you can learn a little bit more about my journey and the things that I do to keep more balanced. And it's like a self-help book. It comes with a journal as well. And I send that to you in an email when you reach out to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Look at you. You're an author. Man. There's one other author that I know that I had on the show. You might know who she is, because I know she's been in the MREM circle. Holly Giramati. Does that name ring a bell?
No.
Okay. Well, shout out to Holly. What's up? Holly wrote a book as well, and so yeah, that's cool. I know 2 authors now. Holy crap! But Grace, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I could chat with you for hours.
Me too. Yeah, thank you so much.
And I hope you had fun.
I did. I had a lot of fun. It's been my honor and privilege to be here with you. Thank you.
Well, that's gonna do it for another episode of Marketing Minds Meet. I'm with Grace Buffa, and please reach out to her if you have health and wellness concerns and you want to just better yourself feel better physically and mentally, grace will help you immensely. I promise. So thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.